Alright guys, we're making our decision right now on which storm we're going to go for. We got two cells looking pretty good. One newer storm just to the north. I'm not sure if it's actually going to produce yet. I haven't looked into it. We're going to look into that storm, and then we're also going to look into the storm that's to the south to see if it's going to recycle by the time it gets here. A lot to find out in the next few minutes. I got to make the decision pretty quick. We got time to get on that new storm, luckily. That does have some pretty tight rotation. And I guess we will have time to drop back down on the old storm. Worst case. I guess that might be the one to go for. It's just not that big. But if I can get up to like the Mason 71 exit. Up by like Kings Island, that would be a great spot to watch this thing. High velocity, let's check it. It's definitely got rotation on it. I want to see the storm to the southwest though. That's one I believe it's going to recycle by the time it gets closer to downtown Cincinnati. But I guess I will have time to get back on that one, worst case. I guess the play right now is to go for that one near Mason. Let me check this other radar out. The recycles will drop back south, but for now we're going to go north, go for this new storm. Going to track pretty dang close to Kings Island, so we'll literally just head up there. Gonna get my map ready. South Lebanon. Here's Kings Island. We can take this exit right here. Go to this gas station. Or sit on one of the exits. That's probably what we'll do. We'll have a better view. Yep, this will get us right out in front of us. We're 20 minutes away. Let's ditch. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, guys? Right now we're just to the east of Cincinnati near Anderson. I'm about to be punching north toward Mason. We got a new severe storm with possible tornado on it. It does have a tightening area of rotation. Brand new storm I haven't seen yet. That thing just went severe warning, so it could strengthen up here. We're going to go up toward Kings Island as fast as possible. And then that storm just to the south that's going to be passing Cincinnati soon might recycle. If that one recycles, we could drop back south and get in front of that one. But for now, we're going to go north on that new storm. It's looking like it might do something momentarily. We should be up there in time pretty easily. 360 GoPro is not going to be in use today, unfortunately. I just don't have time to put it on. Takes a couple minutes. But we got a few storms that we're looking at here. There they are off to our west. We're not really close enough to see it yet, but as we're driving up on the highway, we'll have a really good view of it. Like a really good view of it. And then we'll take an exit and kind of be going parallel to it, actually in its path a little bit. So we might not be able to go too far up that exit. I might just be pulling over. But we'll see. I got him texting me about Dayton. Dayton's fine. I'm more worried about that storm to the south, honestly. We might be dropping south shortly after making this decision to go north. Because if that thing recycles quickly, it already put a tornado on the ground earlier. We know it has the strength to do it again. But for now, we're going for the new storm. We can always turn around. It's like 15 minutes between the two, so. Great road options where I'm at now. Plus, I'm from this area, so a lot easier for me to get around. Let's go. Be just off to our northwest. Soon we'll have a view of the base of the storm, see how low it is. If it's high up in the air, we probably won't go for it anymore and we'll turn around, but I have a feeling this thing's going to be low based. We'll drive pretty quick here. Be just to our northwest as we start turning. As we're going up this highway, we'll be facing more and more at it. So here in about a couple minutes, we'll have a good look at it off in the distance. Kind of afraid the storm to the south of it might take a lot of its juice back. But we're in a great spot to be able to get in front of that storm too, so it's alright. Multiple options in storms. This is good. And I know the connection's really good here. Sports, we are currently just northeast of Cincinnati, heading toward Mason. We got a severe storm warning with tornado possible with an area of rotation that I think could tighten up here. And if it doesn't, we're going to drop back south and see if that cell that already dropped a tornado in Indiana can recycle and drop another one in Ohio. We got two options here. But here in a couple minutes, we'll have a view of this storm off in the distance. We're going to try to get as close as we can to it without being in the path. That's the goal. It's going to be off in that direction for now. It's pretty far away at the moment, so I don't know if we'll be able to see it through the trees, but we'll get a view of it in a minute. Hail core's increasing on it, it looks like. Actually, all the cells out in front of it are pretty tornadic too. That's a good sign. They got that shape to them. This one might follow along, and this one's got a lot more strength to it. If it follows along, it probably will drop something. Let me check my velocities on my phone. Yeah, strong velocity readings, very broad at the moment. Not a tight area of rotation yet, but give it a few more scans as we're approaching it. And then that storm just to the south is also getting into that better environment as we speak. So both of these storms have a chance. We'll see. We're gonna have a real good view of it actually in a minute. Wonder what's going on now. There's a storm down in Tennessee right now, or it's actually in Kentucky now. It was going through Louisville. There was a very big signature on it, possibly a very large tornado. It's PDS warned. I think that thing could be Longtrack. I'm kind of worried about what's going on down there, but I haven't checked it out in a minute. Let me take a quick peek. I don't know about Longtrack. It looks like the storm's kind of, oh shit, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how long track it'll be, but there was a large tornado down there. We're about to find out what's going to happen with all of our storms up here near Cincinnati. We're going just north of Cincinnati right now toward the Mason area. Hill core's still pretty big. It's a bit of a mess right now, but if it organizes, which if it does, it'll do it rather quickly, then something's going to happen here. New severe warning on the storm to the south, also with tornado possible. That's through Cincinnati, Anderson, and northern Kentucky. They got the tornado possible on it. It's not currently tornado warned, but that's the other one I'm watching. If that one goes tornado warned, we're going to turn around. That's the cell I'm more interested in, but for now, not enough data showing that it needs to be warned. Let me check out velocities on it. It's definitely got a couplet. It's pretty wide. But again, that can tighten at any moment, and if that thing tightens, it's a lot stronger than the storm we're heading to now. So we're going to shoot down south to it. Check it out. Kind of worried about that one. These are all kind of high precipitation is the problem. So I don't know how good of a view we're going to get, but it's pretty much straight toward northwest now. Somewhere over there in that region the camera's pointed. I can see the base way off to the left. You can see the scud clouds coming down. So there's not too much of a wall cloud right now. We'll find out when we turn west looking at it. If it organizes, that wall cloud will come a lot lower to the ground, and it'll probably get a tornado warning by then. We're going to be taking a west. We're going to be turning more west here in about 5. This is the loop of Cincinnati. But we're going to keep close eye on that other storm. My map's trying to reroute me because of a severe thunderstorm warning. That's kind of the goal here. But anywhere around Cincinnati right now, whether you're in Independence in northern Kentucky or you're up by Fairfield or Mason, pay attention to the weather at the moment. Multiple severe thunderstorm warnings, both of which at any moment here could go tornado warned. If we see any kind of organization on these storms, it will happen. Again, I'm more worried about that one to the south, but for now we're heading toward this storm so we don't miss it in case it does something. But storm to the south still has a crazy rotation on it. It does have some storms coming up from the south of it that might try to mess up its rotation, but that same thing's happening with the storm right in front of us. In fact, if we're trying to get eyes on any tornado, it's most likely going to be rain wrapped. It's going to be shrouded in rain. It's not great when it comes to spotting. New scan just came in. Let me check the velocities. It's got a lot of ramp up in lightning, it looks like. A lot of lightning right now. Velocities themselves kind of chilled out though. Might be a little bit until that thing goes tornadic, but we can follow it. We got a good road network here. It's nice and flat too. Once we get to the northeast. Ooh, I'm worried about all the rain popping out in front of it right now. There's a lot of rain getting shot into this storm. We're not really going to be able to see too much if that continues. That's the plan. I'm going to stay as safe as possible. If it is rain wrapped, I'm not getting close. Try to see it from a distance, but it looks like some of the rain might be clearing out from the storm. Right now we are just south of Mason, Ohio, going around the loop. We're probably going to head up toward Mason. This is the storm right in front of us, actually. It is shrouded in rain at the moment, though, so we're not going to be able to see too much here for a little bit. But again, if that cell to our south goes tornado warned, we're turning around. If I see any signatures looking like it's trying to do something, we're turning straight around and going for it. Try to get out ahead of it. Which right now it looks like it is trying to organize. Oh, tighter area of rotation on it. We might be turning around. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing on that other storm, honestly. A lot better than what I'm seeing on this one. The problem with the storm I'm on right now is it's so shrouded in rain. I think we might go back to Eastgate. Yeah, we're going to head back to Eastgate. We're going to turn around here in a minute. Because even if this storm does have a brief tornado, which it doesn't really look like it will, the main problem with it is... I'm going to have to briefly take this phone call. Hey, I can't really talk right now, but Dayton's in the clear. Yeah, Dayton's good. Yeah, if you're tuning to the stream, right now I'm trying to make a decision on a cell. That's what I'm going to do. Right now I'm in Cincinnati, but I'm going north. I need to drop south, but I need to figure that out, so I might end the call. Alright, I'll see you. This storm in front of me has a ramp up. I just saw some cloud to ground lightning. But again, it's so shrouded in rain. Somebody else is watching the one heading to Cincy. That's enough for me to turn around. We're taking the next exit. I'm going to get back down to like Eastgate, and then that gives me a good road option to follow to the east. We're gonna go right back to where I was, actually. Yeah, we're gonna drop down to like Eastgate Mall area. See if we can get a view of the storms from there. So that is currently a 18-minute drive. We'll make it there with plenty of time. But I'm interested in what I'm seeing with that storm right now. Way more than the one we're heading toward. It's gonna go just south of downtown Cincinnati. If that storm ramps up, there could be a decent hail core. God, my hand's like sending shocks through myself. Stop it. I've been driving for too long. Yeah, that storm looks like it's organizing. Definitely gonna be dropping south. My watch is dead. I can take this off. I think that might be too tight around my wrist or something. Something's messing me up here. But decent look at this storm right in front of us. Wow, look at that lightning. I did not have my camera on. That's mad unfortunate. Dang. Let's get that thing rolling. Probably should have had it on at this point. I mean, we could sit up here on this exit probably for a minute, watch this one go by. We got time to turn around. Just in case it somehow decides to do something. Looks like they just extended one of the severe warnings. Want to pull over for a minute. Get one more look at velocities on radar before I ditch this storm, because it is looking a lot of clouded ground lightning, which is generally a sign of strengthening. But again, there's so much rain out in front of it. It's like, what are you gonna do? Don't think we're gonna be going for it. But that storm to the south looks a lot stronger. Get some decent lightning shots potentially in the next minute or two. Oh shit, is that the base? Oh, we have a really good view of the base from here. Wait, I'm gonna stay here just for a minute. We're gonna stay here just for a minute. We got time to get to that other storm. We're gonna find a spot to watch this. I can see the base of the storm coming in. That spikes my interest. Yeah, that definitely spikes my interest. Let's see if we can't park at the... not that. Let's park over here. God, there's nowhere to really stop. I should have pulled over. Oh, right here. It's not a terrible spot. And we're in position to turn around. Actually, I might go up to the right here. Oop, it's a little slippery. I don't know where we are right now, but we're gonna just park here. The base of this storm is gonna be coming by, so we can watch it just for a minute. A lot of trees, but let's get you guys pointed in the right direction. It looks like it is starting to get a little, it's trying to get inflow on it, but again, that storm to the south. That is a very large area of rotation. That thing's got a wall cloud on it. Now, will the storms just to the south of that one impede on its inflow? I don't know. There's the base. The base is super elevated. Yeah, I guess we are turning around. Super elevated based on that. Whoa, big ground. Maybe we'll stay just for a minute longer. Big cloud of ground lightning. Yeah, the rotation on this thing's super messy, but when you come down here, it looks like it's starting to ramp up. It's a little more defined, and that storm's trying to get starting to rotate again. think it's time we drop south. I want to record the lightning, but I also don't want to miss a tornado. So, oh damn, that's unfortunate. We got a couple more minutes of lightning. Fine. Wanted to record it anyways. See if we can get any crazy strikes in the next minute or two. I'll turn you guys a little more toward it. Straight out ahead of us is that cell to the north side of Cincinnati, but we're about to drop south. That cell to the south looks like it is potentially organizing. We should be able to get out in front of it pretty quick. I don't want to get up in the core of it, so gotta go now. I'm only interested in that southwest region of it. Other than the storm immediately to its south, I don't really see... Oh, Dayton's not in the clear. I gotta call my uncle back. There's a few more storms just to the north that are trying to spin up. Yeah, I gotta call back just real quick. Call Uncle Brian. Hey, so just real quick, there's like 2 smaller supercells that have formed just to the southwest of Dayton, kind of heading into that general direction just recently. So if those to strengthen it all, there's potential you might see some hail or something, but just thought I'd let you know real quick.
2 little baby supercells around Dayton.
Yeah, they weren't there about 15 minutes ago, but now it looks like they're starting to pop up, so.
Okay, where you at exactly?
Something to watch. Right now I'm in Mason. I'm actually dropping down to Eastgate right now because there's a huge cell that's going to go through downtown Cincinnati. The tornado part of it might miss just to the south, but I'm trying to get...
You said that there's one on either side of the river.
Yeah, yep, to the south of the river is where like the tornado would be, but it's going to be real close to Eastgate, so I can take that highway that goes to the east of Eastgate and follow it.
Cool, man. Let me know.
Yes, sir.
I love you, buddy. Bye.
Love you too. Bye. Alright. Yeah, that storm to the south is organizing pretty quickly. It's definitely got rotation on it as well. That's the one to be in front of. So we got time to get in front of it, but we're also somewhat pressed for time. I think our play is to go along that highway down to like Mount Orab. I'm gonna mark just certain distance down that highway, so I got my map ready to go. Let's just go like this far. We won't go there, but just so I know where I'm going. 28 minutes to get there? Shit, I would totally make that. Oops. Oh, I didn't make that at all. God. Now we might not have time. Dude. I don't want to get too close to a cell of that shape. Tornado possible to my north. They just extended that warning, but it's so much of a mess. There's too much going on. It's rain wrapped to hell. Even the storm to the south might try and get rain wrapped, but I have really good road options going east, so I can get out in front of it and stay out in front of it. Then we can turn around at one point and look back at it. Oh, thank you, JJE. I'll fix that soon. Thank you for the heads up. Alright guys, we're dropping south. You can actually start to see on the right side of the camera there, you can start to see that cell. It's starting to touch downtown Cincinnati as we speak. I don't think there's tornado potential for downtown Cincinnati, but definitely large hail, strong winds, lightning, and all that. If there's a tornado, it'll be just south, and it's moving northeast, so pretty... Whoa, that lightning was close. So pretty close to Anderson, Eastgate, then just continuing northeast from there. Mostly east, a little bit north. Come on, let me go, man. We need a green arrow. We're not going to get it for a while, though. Jeez, we're behind. We're going to be driving a little bit through the core. Not a crazy amount, but a little bit. Just the edge of it, not the core. Not the best situation. shit, dude. This light, I should have ran it. I should have ran this. It was a yellow. I totally should have ran that yellow. This is the longest light in the history of lights. This is straight up a 10-minute light. All right, give me green. It should be green now. Green. Green, let's go. We gotta get south quick. Speedy Gonzalez on the highway here. Gotta get south quick. The sooner I get to that east route, the better. I'm not driving through the core. I'm just like trimming the core. The core's not where the tornado is either. Don't worry about when I say core. It's where the hail would be, but there's not a hail signature too bad on the storm right now. Which isn't the greatest sign of a tornado, but if a tornado does drop, I assume that hail core will increase. It doesn't need a hail core per se, but a strong hail core is generally a good signifier of tornadic supercell. Speed check ahead. Thanks for the heads up here. Where's that at? Speed check my butt. Speed check my butt. I don't know about that. Went 8 over. I think it's worth to do 8 over considering the circumstances. That is a supercell. My God. We'll see if it can wrap. If it can get its rotation figured out, this thing will drop. It looks like a hail core might be starting to form right in there. I'm starting to see the beginnings of some purple. See how hard that strengthens. But we'll get into Eastgate, and then that right there, Eastgate connects to an eastern highway. I can just hop on that highway and go straight 70, get out in front of the storm. Let's see how fast they say it's moving. If it'll let me. 55, yeah, okay, we can race that thing. Feel pretty good about beating that thing out. Wow, pretty crazy signature to the south. Farther down into Kentucky. Pretty crazy signature, actually. That storm's got a lot of rotation on it. Keep extending it too. That could be that Longtrack one that's starting near Louisville. But here we go. So it's going to be just to your guys' right. We might end up trimming it here, but when it comes to the... Oh, that latest scan looks a little more rotation-y to me. Also a little weaker, though. Whoa, the area of rotation on it just tightened up a lot. I'm not worried about getting out in front of the rotation. We're going to beat that easily by probably 20 minutes. But the front end of the heavier rain might touch us as we're heading south. It just might touch us, tap us. We'll be through it in like 3 minutes if it does. That storm's definitely got rotation on it as of this latest scan. We'll see what the next few scans do. If it continues to do that, they'll warn it. Getting all kinds of tornado signs in this general area. Let's see. Let me track the direction here. Oh, they just went tornado warned. Just to the south of Anderson, it looks like they put the tornado warning, and it's going to go into Ohio. So eventually meeting up with the highway I will be driving east on. So we got a tornado warning on our cell, not surprised. It looked like the rotation was starting to tighten up. It's like, question of, is that far enough south? I'm not too sure that warning seems incorrect. They might need to move that warning box up a little bit. That thing, to me, it looks like that is going to go right along the river. Just east of Cincinnati. Like to the south side of Anderson. That rotation to me looks like it's going to trend right along the river, but I don't know. We'll see. Because the storm's starting to pull more north as it's moving east, but I don't know. That warning box is pretty low. I mean, that usually they have the rotation right in the middle of the warning box, but that thing is straight on the top. I can show you. I can pull it up on the laptop. If you guys look down at the bottom there, you can see the greens and whites meeting each other. It's on the very top of that warning box. I'm surprised they put that so low. It's very low considering I believe this storm is about to pull farther northeast. But we'll see. It looks like it's starting to weaken, so the tornado watch just got either upgraded to a PDS or extended. Not too sure. It's flashing on my phone here. But tornado warning on our cell. We'll have eyes on it soon, actually, pretty soon. We're waiting for that next scan to come in. We'll see what the velocities do. See if that rotation tightened up any more than it already has. If it does, then a tornado might be imminent. Yeah, I'm very surprised they put that so far south. That's way too far south. That warning box needs to be higher up. Yeah, Stringed, I do. So I know these roads very well. That tornado warning's actually a few miles from my house, so. And considering how far south it is, I feel like Anderson should almost be in the warning box, but they could see something I'm not. Like the rotation is already trying to trend out of the box to the north. I would say if you live east of Cincinnati in Ohio, be wary of this storm. The warning box isn't in Anderson or areas eastward toward like Eastgate or Amelia. But Amelia actually if that tornado warning does get extended, will be included in Amelia. But areas just north of that, I would take your precautions as well. Well, we'll see how much the storm strengthens in the next few scans, but as of the moment, it looks like it might have weakened just a little bit. But again, still a supercell, still has rotation, and is tornado warned, so you can't take it lightly. Pick up the speed just a little bit here. Trail cars. This guy passes me, he'll be on a trail car. Pass me. Hurry up though, you're gonna lose your opportunity. Come on. You really gotta want it, man. You ain't gonna make it. He wanted to pass me, but come on. Alright, if you do it now, you're a dick. Don't cut me off, please. Thank you. Very surprised with how low that tornado warning is. Or how far down to the south it is. I don't know why people want to fly through this area so much. Oh wow, look at that notch. Things are ramping up a little bit on it. Rotation is still pretty tight. It's got that shape to it. If it does ramp up, it's going to ramp up quick. We'll be in perfect position for it. Starting to get strong winds from the edge of the storm. Looks like, alright, well the good news is we missed the core. We're way out ahead of the storm now. I can start zooming in. We don't need to be this far zoomed out. I think our main focus is going to be that cell right here. But as you guys can see on the blue dot, bottom right of your screen on the blue dot, heading south out in front of this storm. It's now moving through Florence, Kentucky. I don't think anything's on the ground at the moment, but there is probably a wall cloud and good area of rotation on it. That's what I'm seeing on radar, at least. We're going to be on our road in about 2 miles. We'll find a spot to pull over that we can look off in the distance. But I honestly need to get a little farther south. We almost want to go to like Amelia. Might even just go to Amelia. But if I take this road, it'll get us in some nice open land. And if it is going to drop a tornado, I assume the storm's going to be pretty long track, so it doesn't hurt to get farther out east. Try to get to some nice open fields. We'll stop briefly in this area just to see if we can get eyes on the base from a distance, but I do think we're going to have to go quite a ways south, if not east. Its inflow is remaining untouched by the storms to the south, which is good. When it comes to rotation, it should hold its rotation. Just doesn't have the most impressive hail core I've ever seen, which I'm not too sure how I feel about that. But for now, we'll head to the east. And the farther we get east on this other highway, you can pretty much just pull over wherever you want. And there's all kinds of just back roads, and you can just pull over wherever. So that's why we're trying to get into that region. 63A, which is going to be on the left. Why is my map telling me on the right? Thank you very much. Oh, I think no, I took the right way. Yeah, that's right. Might have went the wrong way, but this way it worked. Alright, so we're now facing away from the storm, but we're going to have to go out this direction just a little bit to get out ahead of it. We got to drop south. This light is actually... Thank you. I need to check my maps out, so this works. Very much. God, this person's got their brights on. Settle down. Check out my map. What road options do I got to get south here? Because I almost want to go to Amelia. And that's not... That highway down to Bethel's not terrible. It's right in the path. Here, let's go to Amelia. Yeah, you know what? Let's go to Amelia. Ah, crap. Get me to Amelia. Thank you. Let's drop south. I want to get in front of this thing. You can always come back to this highway as it tracks farther, but we want to get in front of this thing sooner than later in case it dies out. So once we get to Amelia, we should have a pretty good view of the storm. It'll be getting pretty close to us. It's directly in the path of it. And we can drop south from there if need be. Go any direction from there if need be for safety reasons. But for now, I just want to get out in front of it so we can see the thing. It doesn't look like super high precipitation, so we might actually be able to see in there, but we'll find out. Exit only? Is that my exit? I don't think that's my exit. It's not my exit. Or is it? Shit, I don't know. Oh, it is my exit. Oh, crap. There used to be a light right there. It's weird. No longer a light. Good news is, if it does weaken before it gets to us, we can stay right up close to it. We can just sit there and let it come right at us, actually. We'll know if it's strengthened. If it's strengthened, it will ditch, but we could literally let it go over us if it's going to be that weak. Let me check it out here. Still it's got pretty broad rotation right now, so we'd have to tighten up quite a bit, but it's got time before it gets to us, so. We'll be there in about 10 minutes, and then we'll take a peek to the west, and we'll have pretty good view of it. As long as we can find a spot with no trees, I'm sure. We have time to, at least. Plus, around here, you find all these areas that are a little less wooded. Wow, that's flooded. Jeez. There's a tornadic supercell moving through Cincinnati. We knew it was a possibility. Oh, that's a lot of standing water. Okay. Oh, this road's crap. Oh, geez. Well, I'm glad we left our cell that was to the north. As of this moment, it doesn't look too tornadic. That's the plan, Richard. Thank you, man. Be there in a couple minutes. We'll have eyes on this thing. It's gonna be straight to our east. I'll point you guys in case you guys get a view of it while we're driving here, but I don't think we're gonna have a view of it yet. Currently looking straight south, but I think this road goes mostly southeast, so it's a little too far right. Yeah, it's just too far off in the distance to see right now. It's a coming. We'll see if they extend this warning or not. Storm doesn't look as impressive as it did about 10, 15 minutes ago, but at any moment it can reverse that and start cycling. Give you guys an update on my position. That's where we are. It's actually not that updated. I wish it would update again. A little farther south than that blue dot. I'm more lined up with the tornado warning at this point. Not too sure why it's showing up that far north, actually. See if we can't refresh that. Oh, doesn't look like we can refresh that. All right. Right now I'm east of Cincinnati, right near Amelia. Milford, Anderson, Amelia, that area. We're going to find a really good stopping point up here, and then we'll take a look west. Oh. It wasn't that. You didn't have to dodge that hard car. There's no need to have the camera pointed at the woods. We're going to break out of the woods here in a minute. Alright, we're almost to where we need to be. Let me find the nearest open field around here. Not too many options. Not the greatest options for open fields, actually, at all around here. Crap. Pretty sure there's some pretty good views by the lake, actually. I'm going to head toward East Fork. Get my route ready to ditch north. Alright, we'll follow the... Wait, that's not the worst view in the world. We got time. We can go east before we go west. Or we can go west before we go east. I want to get view on this thing, man. Here we go. Let's take a look from here. Bank. Too many trees to see our base, it looks like. I just need to look at my maps and radars just for a second. But there it is, just right there. Lots of trees. Wasn't the best place for me to pull into. It's going to be hard to get a left turn on Beachmont, but let me get a look of our updates. They took away the tornado warning for now. think the play might be get way out ahead of this thing. It's going to need a little bit of time to strengthen back up if it's going to. As of this moment, it's no longer tornado warned, but the rotation is going or where I originally thought it was going. It's just very, very broad rotation at the moment. Honestly, it looks like it might be shifting farther north than I thought. That's a hard one to read, man. We'll figure this out real quick. The rotation looks to be much farther north than they had that warning. Honestly, up in this like Fort Thomas notch, which means I need to not be in Amelia. Well, step one, we'll get up to 32. Step one, let's get up to 32. And if this thing strengthens by then, we should be able to get eyes on it. So let's get up to 32. Is that an entrance ramp to get on the 32? Not facing the correct direction. Wow, we got really big open fields up here. I'm going to get us up here. Hold on. There's a wall cloud. Yep, not surprised. It needs to tighten up if it wants to drop a tornado. But we got about a 25-minute drive northeast to get to some open fields. That'll give the storm some time to decide if it wants to do anything, which it's in an environment where I wouldn't be surprised if it does. We're going to get farther northeast in front of this thing. By the time it gets to us, it doesn't have time. Oh, I went the wrong way. Oh, crap. I can't exit that way. Oh, I'm going to miss the light, too. This is like my only opportunity to get a left turn on Beachmont, and I'm going to miss it. Wait, this has got me going a whole nother way. We'll follow the map. But anyway. Alright, we're going to get up northeast a little bit on this thing. I'm going to give it some time. All the other storms in and around this area are going tornadic. So this one's in the same environment. There's nothing stopping it from doing that. Just give it some time, and I'll get us in a better position to actually watch it. Put you guys left. The edge of the storm is just to our west, a couple miles. I see no reason this storm just dies out. So we'll actually after we get to this northeast position, everything and on at that point is flat open fields with northeast southwest road direction. So we're about to be heading into really good chase territory. Bowling Green, Kentucky just got a tornado warning. That's kind of frightening. Oh, it's not too crazy. Just a small cell. The cells we're dealing with in northern Kentucky and Ohio are much bigger. If any of these decide to produce, that's where we might have our problem. I guess, I wonder how high instability is, because these storms seem to be struggling to ramp up in intensity. It's the only thing I'm noticing. Let me check that. There's plenty of cape right here. Actually, they're moving into an area of higher cape. So right now, the farther northeast they go, the higher the instability is. So let's get farther northeast and try to get this thing when it gets into that. It's probably got another 15 miles to travel before it gets into the area of higher instability. But once it gets into that area, it should ramp up. I mean, it's just off to our west. Green skies. I believe that's the leading edge of the storm, if I'm not incorrect. It is starting to catch up to us a little bit here. But that's alright. Yeah, we gotta get north. Pretty quick, too. The route I got us on looks good. Yeah, this is perfect. I was just double checking my map and my radar, see if we're heading in the right direction. We definitely are. Here's the storm. You guys will be able to get a good view of the edge of it. We can't see the wall cloud region yet, but here's the very north side of the storm. Quite a bit of lightning right now. If we get an uptick in a lot of lightning, that means it's strengthening. We got about an hour and a half till sunset, so we got plenty of daylight to be able to see for the next hour and a half. We might call it after that, but we'll be in a better area here. This will be the second time if a tornado decides to drop in an hour and a half that I got screwed by daylight. And I'm starting to notice a trend. Rather. Oh, what happened to my... Did the stream go down? No, it's still up. Oh, is it not focusing again? 15 minutes, we're going to have a really good spot to look west. They just extended the severe warning. Doesn't say tornado possible anymore on it, but it still does have an area of rotation, so that could change. If anything, we'll get a real nice view of a wall cloud. And that's the region where a tornado would drop if it amplifies in strength. It's our main goal right now. Some decent scud clouds straight up ahead. Coming straight back through the area we were already at. Yeah, see, that warning box was way too low. If that thing would have stayed tornado warning and it actually would have dropped the tornado, if it tightened up a bit more, that would have been right near Anderson. I can't believe they had that box so low. I could have told you right away when I saw that thing get put out. Way too low. But again, if there was actually something imminent, they would have updated that really quickly. Alright. Let's get out ahead of this thing. About 15 minutes, we'll be in a great spot. It becomes big open fields. But we're just on the edge of town, so it's going to be a little bit till that happens. Oh, I got to get over in a minute. I'm going to dust that guy. Oh, I got to get over sooner. Oh, really soon. 900 feet? Bruh. Could have used a better warning than that. Oh, jeez. Oh, he's dusting me. You can have it. He's driving pretty quick. I need to drag race off a light. There we go. 14 minutes. Surprised they took away. Right now I am near, what is this? I'm right near East Fork Lake, if you know where that is. Heading in the direction of Mount Orab. I'm going to be just to the north of Mount Orab here in about 10 minutes. East of Cincinnati. Surprised they said no tornado possible on this thing. I don't agree with that. You can see my blue dot. We're right out in front of this thing. Very broad rotation on it still, but the rotation's still there is the thing. I guess they're expecting it to weaken. If it weakens that much to the point where the hail core is really non-existent, we'll just sit in the core. I see no reason not to. There's no risk of a tornado in the core. The wall cloud's where the tornado would be, the south part of the storm. We'll just go north into it. Sit there and see what it's like. But that's only if at this point it weakens. If it stays this strength, we're not doing that. No sir. Oh, hard to hear? I didn't know that. Let me turn myself up here. I turned it up a little bit, but there's a lot of wind. There's a lot of wind right now. My car's making all kinds of noises. How long am I going along this road for? Let's see. 1.2 miles. I don't want to hop on that road. The storm's going to catch up to us. Well, why are we going so far? It's like the second it starts raining, everybody just drops 10 miles an hour. The slower you go, the faster the storm's going to catch up to you. Sounds better now. Yeah, I turned it up a little bit. I didn't know if it was the wind affecting that or what it was, but the storm started to catch up with us quite a bit. Like a lot. Hopefully we make it to this field in time. I almost want to just stay on this road, then go north. That's what we're going to do. We're going to stay on this road. We can't get caught. Up here it gets nice and flat. I'm not even going to use my map. I'm just going to go east until I see a nice exit that we can sit on. That'll give us a real good view. Yeah, out by Williamsburg it gets super flat. What's up?
Hey, where are you at right now?
Williamsburg?
Dude, there's clouds moving in multiple directions right over our neighborhood.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting out in front of it.
We got stuff moving southeast.
Yeah.
So, and there's been a big temperature change in 20 minutes, so I think there's a chance.
Yep. I'm getting east of the storm, and I'm going to get a good view of it.
I got stuff coming southeast of the house right now, and the stuff just north of me is going northwest.
Yep. There's definitely rotation.
Yeah, there's rotation. I've been watching the rotation.
Well, you can check out the YouTube stream if you want to get a view of the storm here in a little bit, but I'm getting way out ahead of it. I'm trying to give it time to strengthen and see if it drops something. Yeah, I'm trying to give it time, but this storm is flying, dude. I'm trying to get out ahead of it. Next 10 minutes. Nah, it's basically already passed at this point. Alright, I'm gonna go back to checking out radar and stuff, but I'm live if you want to see it. Alright, Ben. Alright, I'm seeing interesting changes on radar. I gotta check this out. Huh. It's almost as if the base of the storm has moved quite north. Like heading more toward Milford. In that case, I would need to turn around and... Not turn around, I need to go north. But, again, trees are going to end in a couple miles, so I can get on 68, which straight shot north. So actually, we're going to go to Mount Orab. I just need a road option to get north here, and then we can start getting eyes on this thing. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to find out where I'm going. I'm surprised still no tornado possible marker on it. That crazy inflow. I can see these clouds flying into it. Maybe head up toward like Blanchester. That might be the move. I think that is. We're gonna go up there. All right. Taking our north route in 0.6 miles. Pass me, dude. Gotta get over. We're going to do a straight shot north here. We're in an area of, hold on, too windy. We're in a little good area here of better visibility, especially once we get about 2 miles north, but this general area is a lot better than where we were. It's really flat up here, look at this. I wonder if there's a spot to pull over on this overpass. It's gonna have a real good view. It's elevated. You see what we're looking at? Facing north. I'm right here. Weird. Yep, area of rotation just off to our west. Next open field we get, we might actually stop and check that out for a minute. I don't want to get too far out of it. But possible new wall cloud forming farther north than the original was. It's a hard storm to track. It's constantly changing. Get me into this open field area. Come on. Oh, not this road. What's the speed limit here? Oh boy. No speed limit. Alright, it's 50 then. The type of roads I was on in Indiana earlier. Ugh. Off to our left when we get this. I'm going to turn right and then it's another left and then we'll be going straight north so you guys will have a decent view of what we're trying to look at. This storm is all kinds of messed up. Definitely has an area of rotation on it though. Pretty broad, but it's pretty much straight off to our west, heading northwest. So we're good to keep heading north here. Trying to see if I can see any lowerings. Not yet. But I can see the clouds flying into the thing. It's got inflow. Not clear inflow, but it's got inflow. Come on. rotation over Anderson. I'm actually seeing that now. That would be heading in my general direction, which is good. Will it do? But that new area of rotation is starting to form down south near Anderson for sure. It's so broad. The rotation is so broad. It would have to tighten up a lot. But the storm's trying to get that shape to it. We really need to turn east here soon. Hold on, I'm going to speed up a little bit. Starting to catch up with us a little bit. I'm trying to give it as much time as possible to strengthen, but again, these storms are moving 55, 60 miles an hour. Eventually it will catch up to me here. If it doesn't strengthen before we get to it, then, well, we might be seeing it from behind, but we won't be able to get out in front of it in time if that's the case. Look at that map on my mark. Or what did I mark on my map? Is that north? That's way too far north. Way too far. Wait, that's way too far. For the new area of rotation, it's too far north. I'm gonna get over here. Wow, let's just drop back south and pick an open field. Alright, new severe thunderstorm warning just came out. Hasn't updated on my radar yet. I'm curious to see if they're gonna put tornado possible on this one. Actually, that could have been before Batavia, huh? Still hasn't popped up on my radar. Come on. Nope. It's not updating. Wow, we gotta drop to strengthen. Why is my phone's radar not updating at all? Come on. We might get some worse connection out here, guys, but I gotta reset the app. It's just not updating on the phone. Come on. I need to see what the velocities are doing. Ditch east. Go, 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 go. God, come on, not the time. Yeah, I'm about to have bad connection, guys. I can already tell. Stream might go down. Alright, our south turn's coming up in 3/4 of a mile. Once we turn south, we should have eyes on the new rotation if it's a wall cloud or what. I just want to be going faster than the storm is. I believe it's 55 miles per hour that the storm's going. We'll hold a 55. The rain's starting to get on top of us here. What the hell? That's not east. That's not south. Unless my map's just not facing. Which direction's north? What is this? You gotta drop south, not north. What the? I believe it was a right turn here. We'll keep going east. But again, we gotta get south, not north. Let's go down here. Sure, we'll take that route. It's fine with me. Let me take the route. Go. Which way do I go? Straight? Alright. Make that happen. Clear. Rotation near Anderson. Yeah, stream might go down, guys. I'm starting to get a few more bars. But I'm just trying to get a good view of this new rotation that's popping up to the south. The storm seems to be ramping up a little bit. See how fast we can drop south, but I'm starting to get caught up in the rain of the storm. Ugh. It's catching up quick. Damn. I don't know how good of eyes we'll have on this thing. We are about to be dropping straight south though, which is nice. Lightning's starting to ramp up a little bit. That's good. Come on. There's some tree damage. This has been from an earlier storm, a little branch on the ground. This was not the road to take. It's so windy, you can't go fast. Here we go. Turning south. Wait, I'm already going south. Why would I not just go straight? Oh, I guess this is more south if I turn right. Fair enough. We might actually get eyes on the rotation here in a second. Let me point this forward. We're facing southwest, which is toward the direction of the rotation, if there is any. If it is, it's very high based. I can't really see a lowering. Oh, maybe a lowering actually way off to the southwest, like far out there. That's a little more. We get caught up in the rain here just so we get out of it. Kind of on repeat. Oh wow, when we turn south, we're gonna have good eyes on this thing. This is perfect. You kind of need to fly though. I'm starting to feel the inflow winds. Down for this turn. Screw. Give me some straight roads. And the rotation just went super broad. Damn. Come on. Like, it's there. Don't get me wrong, it's there. And we're pretty well out in front of it right now. So when we do get this south turn, we're going to have good eyes. I'll find a good spot to pull over for us. How long until I turn south? Jesus. Good while, but wow, there should be really open fields over there. Don't see any trees on maps. We just gotta get there now. All right, this is our last road before we turn south. Go. Just want to get out of the car for a second once we get there. My back's starting. All right, we got a little better connection. Too hot bird. Do my back. Oh. Two miles, we turn south. Our area of rotation is just to our southwest. I can't, it's not like super close, I can't even see it. It's pretty far in the distance still, but we're working it. Mount Orab, which should be a perfect spot to view this storm. I believe out west of Cincinnati at this point is clear of the severe weather. Yeah, it definitely looks like it. 1.5 miles. God, the storm's just becoming less and less. Well, actually, there's a new hook for me. Sorry about connection problems, guys. A little better zone here. Still got massive area of rotation on it. We'll see. It's pretty far off to our west, so we're gonna have a good second to watch this thing. Yeah, so there's a hook echo where the rotation. Good. Good. And it's going to go just to our north, so we can sit here and watch it. Perfect. Oh, there really isn't. Oh, we can just hop on the highway, though. And pull over wherever it opens up. The highway's actually looking straight into the notch. Yeah, let's hop on the highway. We'll start driving straight toward the rotation. Then we can pull over at any point that it's pretty open. It's a smaller highway. So. Oh, wow. Once we get onto this highway, we're going to have a pretty good view. Let's go. .5 miles, we're hopping on. Trying to see if I see anything off to the east. That could be it. That's it. It's not the most lowering I've ever seen, but it's definitely a wall cloud. Trying to be one. Oh, come on. Why are you doing that, man? Good news is this sends me on the direction to home. So it works with me. Can honestly pull over on this ramp. It's a pretty good spot for it. Now we got to keep going a little bit. I'm starting to see it up ahead. See those lowered clouds off in the distance where that sunlight is? That's our scud of the wall cloud. Shit. The light went yellow. That doesn't help us. Yeah, my connection out here is very questionable. We should be better on this highway, though. Trying to get us as close as possible to this wall cloud. Might be just to the right side of this highway now. Again, my radar's not updating. What's going on with that? I don't know. This storm is starting to move into a less primed atmosphere. There's a little less cape out here. So it might be reaching the end of its life. But what we're going to be driving into is going to be the wall cloud region. Just not too sure if we're going to actually see anything or not. If not, well, might be calling it because these storms are moving into way less cape. The farther northeast they go toward like Columbus, the weaker they're going to get. Actually kind of just driving toward the rotation right now. There's really nothing too crazy. It's just off to our northwest, so if these trees on our right clear out a little bit, we'll have a view of what looks like a new hook echo on radar. But again, I believe these storms are starting to weaken at this point. So, who knows? We'll definitely get some straight line winds, that's no question. Damn. Yellow. Yeah. Just off to our northeast, but I don't think this thing's got the juice it needs, guys. Cody, I'm in South Ohio right now, but when it comes to the nocturnal threat in Ohio, I don't believe it's really there. The nocturnal threat might be more like Tennessee, southern Kentucky. That's where there's enough cape and moisture. Up here, it's just not going to hold up enough for storms to remain that strong. Yeah, there isn't really much of a wall cloud. We're right near the rotation at this moment. There is no wall cloud in sight. So, it looks like this storm has weakened to the point of not doing anything. Now, off to the left, there's some interesting structure. But it's not going to do anything. Storm's trying to wrap up a hook echo, but I don't think it has the strength to do it. Right now we're in the region where it's trying to, but again, I believe it's just a little too weak. Right now, we're in the general region. Up ahead, it's trying to make a little lowering, but I don't think it has the strength, guys. Right here's our wall cloud. We're about to get hit with straight line winds pretty hard. Might start raining too. Well elevated wall cloud, may I say. Well elevated. Yep, I see really heavy rain, right in front of us. Here we go. Called it. Yeah, but it doesn't look like anything's gonna happen on this guy. If I thought something was gonna happen, I wouldn't be positioned right here. Let's put it that way. Nope. No areas of tightening rotation. winds. Turn around at one point here and watch this thing as it moves on to the distance if it does try and do anything. But again, no, can't see through that rain. Never mind. I looked backwards. You can't see through the rain at all. It's just a wall of rain. But yeah, I think these ones in Ohio, these storms in Ohio, I believe as they move northeast, it's looking just off of ground visualize. It's looking way weaker than expected right now. I think our main areas of instability are going to be down in Kentucky, guys. Actually, I'm looking at the mesoscale. There's almost no cape here right now. The highest amount of cape is Tennessee and Kentucky. In very southwestern Kentucky. Looks like around here might have died out when it comes to instability. For a second there was a nice brief window. We actually saw some cells up by Cincinnati go tornadic, but nothing's going to be able to fire or strengthen up too much. Yep. There'll be some interesting cloud structures right now. The sun's about to come out in a little bit too. Probably picking up some 40-mile-an-hour winds. South part of this storm here. It's whipping. But I think that might have been it. There's no other storms for me to really get on at this point. The ones in Kentucky are already entering Ohio, and that is a very hilly and wooded region of Ohio. The stream wouldn't work anyways. Winds are whipping. That'd be some interesting structure, but yeah, that seems like it might have been it. Guys, it looks crazy behind me, but I need to get us turned around. Even if we did turn around, we won't be able to catch up. It's so annoying. We're gonna do it though. For the heck of it. I want you guys to see what I'm looking at. It looks pretty cool. But see, the problem is as it moves farther, never mind. It's like as it moves farther to my east, there's more rain. You can't see it. It's like it's going into the rain. You can't see past the rain. I think I'm gonna call it here. Not too much going on in Ohio. Bit of a bust for Ohio, but they did move that enhanced force down to Kentucky, and there were multiple strong tornadoes down in Kentucky. So the event itself, definitely verified, I'd say. Well, I'm very interested to see what the tornado count is at the end of this day. All of this is going north-northeast, but the stuff in Ohio, at least, I wouldn't expect anything too severe. Maybe straight line winds and some hail. When it comes to tornado potential, that's pretty much out of the window. Very South Ohio might see some tornado potential. And then down in Kentucky and Tennessee, down by Bowling Green, actually right now, there is a tornado warning. But that's well too far out of my range. By the time we get down there, it'd be pitch black. So yeah, I believe I am going to call it here. Not too much else to see, it seems. Yeah, Cincinnati, you're in the clear. Nashville, Tennessee is in a general region where there's still some storms popping off, I believe. Let me take a look at my radar before we stop here. Huntsville has something right now. Yep. Basically, central Tennessee, northern Tennessee, central Kentucky, and southern Kentucky, you're still in the zone. There's some more storms firing to the west of Nashville, to the west of like Lexington and Elizabethtown. So definitely some storms down there still, but we're a little too far north to go for those at this point. So for Ohio seems to be done. So unfortunately, we were in Indiana. We were almost on some cells there, but the terrain and the connection for the stream really didn't permit to stay out there. So we came over to Ohio, but it looks like the atmosphere was a little too stable for Ohio today. It's all right. That's how it goes sometimes. We'll have more opportunities these next few months, so we'll definitely be live more often. But yeah, as you can see out ahead, sunlight. So I'm gonna end the stream here in a minute. Thank you guys for watching. If you need coverage and stuff, I believe Ryan Hall-Y'all on YouTube, he's currently streaming with multiple chasers on the ground. Now they were in Western Kentucky, so I don't know if his chasers are. There's some that are on the storms in central Kentucky, but a lot of them might have got caught behind. But go over there if you guys want to continue watching stuff like this. I'm about to end the stream in a minute. But go check out Ryan Hall-Y'all if you want to see what's going on in Tennessee and Kentucky. I'm going to go ahead and get some gas and drive home. So, fun little chase here. I'll look forward to the next one whenever that may be. I'll let you guys know. In Discord, TikTok, and I'll put a little announcement.